All right, what's going on, world? It's your boy at Big Game James _36, and this is Big Games BS, part of the Den Media Group, presented by Alpha Male or AlphaClinicOnline.com. Go to AlphaClinicOnline.com for all of your things, male and performance enhancement, performance related. Too many of you guys are just not living your best lives. We want to make sure you live your best life, get your hormones checked. A lot of things in general are just, I just know, are due to low testosterone, and we just got to get you guys, on it, man. We're trying to make everybody a little bit better off, finishing up this new year. That's really all I got for you right now. But not inside the world's greatest cigar lounge, Goodfellas, but we still got a lot of good events going on at Goodfellas here in the coming weeks. Just make sure you check it out. We got the Black alumni. I always find it funny when we do these things. Like, hold on, my bad. Black alumni doesn't mean that you have to be black to come. It's just a celebration of blackness. If you can be white and be at that piece. The food's gonna be good. The drink's gonna be good. All that jazz.
I understand the confusion.
I mean, yes, I get it. If I saw a white power rally.
Yeah.
Or the confusion is rooted in the reason why we have these things. So, which is the irony, right? What do you mean by that, James? This is what I mean. If everything was truly included and we were all one, we wouldn't need this shit. But sometimes we didn't. And certain things have certain sentiments. Like when I say black power, that doesn't mean like even the Power Rangers. Like imagine we had the White Ranger. You know, green power, red power, yellow power, black power. It's because of just what some of the things in our interesting history as Americans have happened. I'm not judging anybody based upon it, but just know life ain't always been rosy for long. We'll even get into. I got a Black history fact for you guys. Motherfucking history fact for your ass. We're gonna see it. Like it's I now know why I fucks with a certain food. It's in me. It's innate. But
we didn't make gelato.
No, we did not make gelato. Unfortunately, my white brethren. Well, actually, technically we can because Italians have a natural skin tone that is on them because they were dominated and enslaved by the Moors. For quite some time. So, but again, the Moors came in, cleaned up Europe, got people washing their ass. And again, I'm still shocked and dismayed at how many people don't like. Did you see the thing that went viral with this white lady? No, she sounded appalled that somebody would use a washcloth to get up in between the cheeks and make sure that it was clean. She said she would burn a washcloth.
What did she use? Her hands?
She uses her hands.
Oh, wow.
She gets in there with the soap. Gets in there, getting nice and clean. It's a little interesting to me, but you know, hey, everybody has their things that they're doing though. Till Don put he misses coaching, but he doesn't miss the heat. I'm telling you, bro, it was hotter than it wasn't even that hot today. Last week was hotter, but it was still pretty fucking hot. Shout out to everybody that's here on the social medias. I know a lot of y'all are being bullheaded and deciding that you're only going to watch on Twitter, and you know that's okay. We'll get you guys here eventually. So let's go over our housekeeping. Shout out to Andre. What's going on? Oh, yo, that Red Wild there, my guy Life of Bill. When I was at TCC, I had this white American history professor. I was like, wow, TCC wilding right now. They teaching white American? But nah, the professor was white, and it just happened to be American history. Yeah, I don't want people to feel guilty about. I don't want people to feel guilty about what happened. I want people to recognize what happened and then we move forward. But we can't move forward until we recognize it. But speaking of moving forward, 5th annual book bag drive. This is the time of year that from now until we're done, I will be raising money. We want to do 4,000 book bags. Somebody do the math. What is 4,000 times 36? That lets you know about how much bread we got to bring in here in these next 2 months. It can be done. If we replicate all of the different things that we did and we have all the sponsors that we had last year, we will be halfway done to it. But the goal is to make sure we have well enough for those who want to see a visual representation for what the actual book bag drive is like. Here is us at Bond. Bond was the first site that we had. We'll be there every year. I don't know if we got to mute the music or not because who knows. But here is just a clip of what it looks like from an aerial viewpoint. Just got to blow it up a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, so we shut the whole hood down. We do this in Tallahassee. We do this in Orlando. We do this in Jacksonville. We will probably send book bags to Atlanta. You can see the food right there that we pack up and we give people everybody gets about a week's worth of groceries. Oh, damn, I guess I got it muted so you can't hear me talk. But that's the founder right there coming up. Big Game James with the hat and a shirt of an organization he no longer reps. But you see the book bags. My guy Steve will be doing the videos. Trying to see if we get this so you can see the cool book bags that we do. The I Can Do Anything book bags. Representative, you saw it right there of all the different ethnicities, black, white, Arab, all kinds of stuff. It's cool book bags, man. Kids like it. Elementary school kids get excited seeing a book bag that looks something like them. So, that's basically the gist of what we got going there. $36 a book bag. Would appreciate anybody checking out the Pin Suite on Twitter. If you would like to donate, shout out to we had one lady. I love it, man. When women give you money, that's a whole different ball game right there. But I'm gonna say Diana. She gave Dirty Diana. That's the song that's the Michael Jackson song, right? Yeah. I don't think she's dirty. I believe she washes. But it's just a song. But she gave 36. She gave us our official. She's going to get a special shout out. She is the first donation that we've had since we brought this up. So I literally just posted it. She donated a book bag. So I appreciate her. She's down in South Florida. Shout outs to her as well. So all right, let's go to the next thing. We all out of order. No, I don't know what that's about. That's the first one. This is the second one. Oh, okay. Maybe we're not. You can go to the first one. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So before Miles goes into that, we got we're 155 away from the goal. So still lingering there. I'm not bitching too much. We were at 2,000 this time last year, so still grateful for where we're at. The minute we hit that number, the minute we give away some cash. So trying to grow that up. But this was something I found interesting. Where we do our book bag drives are basically in areas that this man describes. Have no idea, but be an old black man, an old person in general, you get to say whatever the fuck you want. So this is hilarious to me. So I figured you guys should listen to it as well.
Homeless in there, you got criminals, all kind of nigga activity taking place right there under the eyes of some children. They have homeless in there.
That's one of the funniest things, man, is what we consider Negro activities. But whatever. I'm going on to the next thing. That man, old black men say whatever they want to say. Hold on 1 second. Hello? This is James. Oh, how much is it again? I forgot. I just haven't been able to get up there. All right. You said okay. I'll come in for the quarterly. Yeah. I'll call back. I'll I'll call back. I'm actually recording right now. Recording something. So all right, appreciate you. Thank you. Bye. Gotta show love to the cigar establishments. Sorry about that. All right. This weekend, we had OT7, major 7-on-7 tournament, South Florida Express, aka North Florida. North Florida. They should just call themselves the Florida Express because all their best players are from everywhere but fucking South Florida right now. So they got actually four Mandarin Mustangs. That's crazy, right? Like they won the whole thing. They've got Vernell Brown the third. He is from Central Florida, goes to Orlando Jones. So they might as well just call it Florida Express. But name that you guys know and love because you watched the show, kid. That's dope. I just love him. Jamie French was considered one of the top 10 performers, which is odd. Not odd that he's one of the top 10 performers. They have his picture on there, but he's not the OT7 MVP. The OT7 MVP is a young man that's committed to Notre Dame, and everybody wants to know why the guy who was dinking and diming him the whole show, which was Tramel Jones Jr., why wasn't Tramel even in the top 10? Not even MVP. That's Florida State commit. And the QB1 for the Mandarin Mustangs. Why wasn't he involved? But you see Jamie there. Love Jamie French, man. So excited about his future and trajectory. All that jazz. But we'll go to the next thing. We got some OT7 clips, so that's really what we got a lot of today. Just so y'all can see. People are saying that we this is one of the best of the best, right? Perform here. And they're saying that Mandarin's ducking people when they have the best of the best out here competing with those on the national level. So you got Tramel Jones. I don't know if he throw 142 touchdowns. I don't know what the fuck that means, but apparently he did really well. So we got Tramel there. Who else we got here? We'll get to that one later in a second. Here's just some good, beautiful bean footage. Of Tramel to Jamie French. And again, what I just try to really encourage people when they keep talking this trash to think about their kids, man. Think about their children. Old men start wars that young men have to fight. So a lot of guys are out here saying we're ducking, but just watch this.
Sanchez, he'll lock you down. Maybe you are getting shots this weekend.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of shots this weekend by players, though.
Oh,
there's nobody in Northeast Florida that can stop that if we want to. So like, let's just cut the bullshit. That's what I'm trying to get us to do that. Got some more clips here from OT7 of Mandarin Mustangs. No, that's definitely not it. I think this would be Drake right here. And immediate Oski. Anybody who knows that's Drake, 4-star, probably going to be an All-American candidate, committed to USC, Mandarin Mustang. I think we got another video of Tramel doing Tramel shit. Again, that's just an amazing catch. That was it. Thought I had another one. All right, well, no problem. Cool, no doubt. Let's get into birthday season, and shout out to the baby. I hope he makes a comeback. I like the baby, but sometimes people have a little bit too much time on their hands to try to mess with superstars and celebrities. So a young lady, like women, because they do it with Future all the time. Like you'll see Russell Wilson. You see some guys, they love to write these long ass essays. I love you, my son. You're so precious on this day that you were born. I never thought I would be this joyous. Like basically they sing that what's that song by Lauryn Hill? Like, you're just too good to be true. I can't take my eyes off of you. You feel like heaven to touch. I want to hold you so much. I'm not writing all that shit. And I'm gonna be honest with you. The reason why this is important to me, is because my oldest baby boy turns 11 tomorrow. I'm not fucking gonna put anything on IG. Not gonna put anything on Facebook. Not gonna put anything on Twitter. You know why? Because the motherfucker doesn't have any of that shit. And that's what the baby was telling this lady who was just like, he can write all this to his friends, but he can't write anything to his child. And the baby hit her with a really GOAT response. Like he called her a whore. I'm sure she loved that. He said, my kids don't have Instagram, whore. So, I mean, hey, Killer can barely read. So, like, why do people even do these different things? Like, you're doing this not for the person. You're doing this for the world to see that you love this person so much. And I don't want it. To be honest with you, I, for one, don't like that shit. Don't do that shit for me. I don't want to see, I don't want to read on my birthday. In fact, if you give me a card, it better have money in it. Because we're not reading it. We're just going to empty it out. For my 40th birthday, I already know what I want to be, how I want to be. And little Duval is living my best life. So if you play that video, this is what I'm going to be after the book bag drives. Probably somewhere in the Dominican if I have time. But I'm definitely going to be somewhere doing unk activities. You can play the music on this because I think this is what I'm trying to do for my 40th. Midget in the front seat. Blunt in my hand. Serious question though, because he did say he has a bar here that could have been overly criticizing. He said it before that. Yeah, I get it. He could have said a little older. And what I mean by not a baby, like I don't even know if they're really the same size. But like they all look like adults in the face, even when they're young. Like, do midgets ever go through a process where they look like a child and then they just look like an old child when they grow up? Or is it just like, is that I'm the only one who thinks about this? Because all the midgets I've ever seen have all had old faces their entire life. That's tough. That's a tough thing to have an old face for your whole life. But on to the next thing. Shout out to I can't think of his name. Mike Tomlin for signing a 3-year extension, which will make him the coach for the Pittsburgh Steelers for 20 years minimum when it's all said and done. That is some longevity that you can't even really begin to understand and break down. But they got a picture of what it looked like, how it started and how it is right now, both parties. Like, that's a long time to get to be with somebody and get to know someone. So yeah, shout out to them for that. And now is that all we got right here? Now going to again our attaboys, man. Going to our Black History fact. I'm going to try to get you guys Black History 365. And like Tom Joyner used to do it, and it was kind of cool. But mine would be Black History facts that you cannot, in fact, you got to know. And this one right here, I think. It's big time. When I found out about this, I love chicken wings. I love lemon pepper wet wings, to be exact. If it wasn't for this man, we would not have buffalo wings. And let's play this so we could all learn a little bit about our Black history.
You know, in hindsight, if he had patented, we wouldn't be having this discussion.
John Young is a man many credit with being the originator of the buffalo wing. He opened his first business on Jefferson and Carlton in 1963, where he started selling whole chicken wings. At the time, this was a part of the chicken that was either thrown away or used for stock. Young moved business up to Jefferson and High Street, but it was only once he realized sauce was boss that business started to boom.
He was saying that the first 2 days that he opened the doors, he realized he had created a monster. People came from everywhere to get the wings with the mumbo sauce.
Mumbo sauce, a tomato-based concoction, was brought to life at Young's third location at Jefferson and Utica. Many near and far remember the famous deal splashed across the side of his building, 10 whole wings for $1. Young had many friends at the time, including Frank Bellissimo, who would go on to trademark the buffalo wing with his wife many years later. Racial and social instability forced him to leave his business behind and take his family to Decatur, Illinois in 1970. His family says Young's inability to trademark and market his mumbo sauce is partly to blame for why they feel he's been written out of the history of the wing. Young left a handwritten account to his daughter of what he calls the truth. And until his death in 1998, his family says it pained him to feel that story was being erased.
Damn, man. You ever wonder what would happen if they just left us the fuck alone sometimes? Like, think about the inventions in the chicken wing like technology we could have right now.
We could have upgraded.
Like it could be like all kinds of shit that they'd just left John Brown alone or John Young. Was it John Young or John Brown? John something. Let Uncle Johnny leave Uncle Johnny be. Damn, I did not. All the good stuff that we like. The delicacies of American food were all bullshit foods. Like everybody likes lobsters and crabs and shrimps, right? Y'all realize that used to be poor people food?
Yeah, that's crazy to even think about that.
Like the flank steak, which a lot of Hispanics love. Poor people food. Part of the steak that nobody would want, nobody wanted. Again, apparently chicken wings. Nobody fucking wanted chicken wings.
Wow.
When I'm thinking about some of the things on the pork, some of the things on the pig, like it was scrap food that was given to slaves that they just had to make. It had to add. That's why black people heavy seasonings, because you got bad food and you got to season it up to make sure it's delectable, to make sure it's edible. And here we go with a guy that all he wanted to do was make us eat, make our lives better, and he was given 10 whole wings. Like, do you realize that's 20 wings? And the part that my family fights over at Thanksgiving, the wing tip. A lot of y'all don't even know about how delicious and how much meat is in the wing tip. They would literally steal wing tips at my family during Thanksgiving as an appetizer. We eat wings as an appetizer before the main course. That's how colored we are down that way. Again, congratulations, kudos to that man. Kudos to this guy right here. This guy is literally spitting in the face of what everybody says is natural and righteous in terms of college athletics. Every coach is saying, you know what, I'm so tired of these athletes. If they're getting paid, if they can go to the transfer portal, God damn it, I don't want anything to do with it. Except for this white man. This white man boldly has won back-to-back national championships. This white man is taking the UConn Huskies and putting them on the map, even though they were already a really good program. He got offered over $10 million a year to coach the Los Angeles Lakers.
Hey.
He said, I'd rather deal with these prima donna kids than deal with LeBron James and Anthony Davis.
The reverse of what's happening.
Right. Everybody else is like, I got to get to college. I can't handle NIL. I can't handle transfer portal.
Yeah.
Here's a guy who's handling NIL and transfer portal.
Why did they take this picture like this? From the low angle with all the shadows. He's supposed to be a supervillain.
That's what they're looking like. Like he's a bad guy. That's what they're doing. I love it when they try to make really nice people tough guys.
Yeah, like he's probably a good
He is
man.
really a solid guy like that. Every interview that I've heard, I like. And like he's like, I'm probably gonna make $10 million a year at UConn eventually. So,
And what about the JJ Redick thing? Is that just not anymore?
I think they're gonna end up. I think it's gonna be JJ Redick.
Oh, well, that'll be fun.
I mean, I like JJ Redick.
Be Showtime again.
Like, I just think it's time to. LeBron is still a great. LeBron can no longer carry a team. LeBron has to go to the role in which everybody has been saying he's been playing anyway. But like, you go find this is why I want Boston. Did I tell you why I want Boston to win?
No.
Because I don't like Kyrie Irving.
Chair. Oh, really?
Kyrie Irving could have sat his little ass down somewhere in Cleveland, and LeBron and Kyrie could have like, because it was I think somebody said was it 6 years ago or 7 years ago when LeBron was down 3-1 to to Steph Curry in the evil light skinned empire. All I'm saying is, if Kyrie would have stayed there, they would have been on a run.
Yeah, that's true.
And Kyrie had all LeBron needed was one other person to do something in the fucking playoffs. Like, everybody bitches and trashes him, but like he's not the reason you lost.
Kyrie wanted to have his own team.
That's what he said. Kyrie wants to have his own team, and it's never worked for him. And I want to go like Dr. Umar. Now he went and found the original Anglo, and he wants to serve second fiddle to him. No, it's not how this works, Kyrie. I hope those boys at Boston sweep y'all asses.
If LeBron had him one of these European Anglos, it would be a problem, though. Like
if LeBron had Luka, I think they would be
Jokic,
they'd be dominated. But it'd be different. LeBron didn't leave. Like, Kyrie literally was just like, no, I don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah, that was weird. Maybe he thought it would come too easy, like another chance at a title.
And I think that's the problem. Is like, he's not a guy. He is a guy. Two guards can't. Kyrie, I think Kyrie's listed as a point, but he's really a two guard. Like in the old school NBA mantras. Like, you can't do it yourself. Like, you have to have somebody to be able to distribute you the ball, and somebody like that's why he does have a good combo in Dallas. But now
hasn't been holding up his end.
Luka, whatever.
Kyrie against the Celtics. Luka's still been doing his thing.
That's because Kyrie. Somebody put it out there. Kyrie is good at defense. He's good at offense. Until he meets somebody who's equally as good at offense and defense as he is. And that's what he's met.
A great defender.
So like, he's got somebody that's locking his ass up, but also when he goes on offense, that's pressing his ass. And he can't handle it. But you know what? If he had LeBron James, you would have to, no matter what people say, you have to account for LeBron James. And that's cool. And yes, if the eyebrow would do any, like, you talk about a guy he's big for no reason. Just the Dwight Howard. Like, good enough to, like, when it's all said and done, he'll be a Hall of Fame guy. But, like, never just great.
Yeah. I mean, he's kind of got that, what's his name? Cat thing going on.
Yeah.
He's kind of seemingly soft, but I don't know.
Like, the man, you blow a strong wind, he's injured.
Yeah.
I mean, that's enough of my basketball talk, because I'm not going to bore you with that. That's not my level of expertise. But I will say this: moving forward, I like that this guy's staying in college, because college athletics means something.
But he was talking about bringing Braun back to Miami for Jimmy, which would be like an angry old man team. It'd be fun to watch.
But they would win.
Yeah,
my boy Dibby would have to eat so much crow. He hates LeBron since he's left it. He tries to tell us that Spo made him. And we're like, okay, if Spo made LeBron, why hasn't Spo made another LeBron? They're like how good of a coach Spo is, but Coach Spo ain't sniffed a finals championship since LeBron's left.
I mean, he is probably the greatest coach in the league now, but to say he made LeBron is wild, especially after LeBron left and won. So,
I mean, Spo needs LeBron. So I could see that happening. If Spo should have probably left to go to LA. But let's go check out some hatred. I want you guys to see the hatred that I love that I love for this. MMA is cool. I'm getting into it more. I still don't. One of the things that I just said, it's my nightmare. I don't want another man's nuts in my face before I go to sleep. And that just seems to be one of the ways that people always do stuff. But
how else do you show you're dominant?
I just show me another way. Like make me like, what was it, the reverse ankle lock or something? Like, make me tap out like that, man. Don't choke me out with your nuts in my face, man. That scares me. But John Jones, one of the greatest MMA guys. This, again, talented, and one of the guys I like these kind of guys, because no matter what they throw at him, no matter what suspension, he comes back and he's more of a badass. But Daniel, was it Cormier is one of those guys who had to fight and work for everything that he got in MMA.
Yeah.
And even with that, he doesn't have the talent in his pinky fingernail, like the tip that you clip of what John Jones has. John Jones beat the fuck out of him. And now there's a rivalry where they have to work to each other. And I love this level of pettiness and hatred. So this is just a recent interaction between John Bones Jones, which, by the way, his mom should be studied because she's got 2 NFL players and an MMA champion. Yeah. It's pretty impressive.
What's going on?
It's good to hear your voice, man. How are you?
Great. I'm doing great. Is Daniel here too?
Daniel is alongside me, yes.
All right. What's up, DC?
What's up, John?
How you doing, man?
I'm good, man.
That's good. That's good.
All right, I just have one question for you.
Yeah.
So,
DC, I got a question for you. How are you doing, man?
How's life? No, I mean, it's good. My life is going really well. Thank you.
Well, I just wanted to say, Daniel, I'm super proud of the way life's turning out for you, man. I think it's awesome. Congratulations with everything you got going. Your students all the best as well.
And your development seems to be going great too, and that's very encouraging. So a lot of people look up to you. So make sure you continue to do that.
Yeah, I'm on it. You
guys have anything to say?
Thank you. It's good to talk to you with this energy instead of the way we usually are. This is refreshing. So thank you for your time, Daniel. And John, you as well.
Thank you, brother. We'll see you tomorrow, if not sooner. Have a good night, all right?
All right, guys. Take care.
You too.
That was cool.
That was so much class.
So for people who want to know, like, oh man, that's a really weird engagement. So if you go to the next thing, Miles, this is when they fought. John Jones beat the shit out of him. It's tough to have to meet a guy that you don't like and you can't beat him.
Yeah.
Like there's no, you just have to take it. But here's where they had to sit down some years ago.
Don't you think that people can learn from their mistakes?
Mistakes? You don't constantly make mistakes.
No.
You make mistakes, but you don't do them over and over and over and over. No,
says who?
Yeah,
listen, we could do anything. We could run mountains together. We could swim laps together. We could do push-ups. We could do jiu-jitsu. We could. I will beat you at anything.
Not even.
I'm younger, stronger, more athletic, and I'll beat you 10 times out of 10 times.
Now, I know you like to sit there on your high horse, but I'm telling you right now, this is my life, and I'm willing to die to beat you. You don't deserve this.
I'm bitter.
I will show you that you don't deserve this. I'm not bitter at all. But you don't deserve this. I will die to beat you. Be prepared to do that.
Love it. He said, be prepared to do that. He knew he had him beat. He still played with them. And that's why he's so bitter, man. Like, so he's just like, imagine telling somebody, you're not going to beat me because I'm prepared to die. So, okay. No, be prepared to die. And he did that. I love it. That level of petty and hatred is respectable. I love it. Shout out to that. Another level, we got another petty clip, I think, in there before we move on.
It's Kendrick next.
Is Kendrick Lamar? Oh, yeah. This is a level of petty that I can't like. We were just talking about the GOAT, LeBron James. Kendrick Perkins is okay. I don't mind guys because Kendrick Perkins played years in the NBA. I mean, he's actually not bad. I actually enjoy him as a commentator. I enjoy a couple people, but like, here's what I don't understand: what ESPN is trying to do. ESPN, and we talked about this, why NBC is more money and they're doing a better job with NBA coverage, right? You have had LeBron James since 2003, and all you have done is shit on LeBron James as opposed to just really celebrate this run that we've had, that we've seen. And they literally had a 12-minute segment on First Take this morning about LeBron, about another man being upset about another man unfollowing him. LeBron unfollowed Kendrick Perkins, and let me see, because I don't like the premise of this. I don't know when people unfollow me. I don't pay enough attention to it. But let's see, because they were saying Kendrick was being little zesty about it. So let's listen to it as a family.
Imagine
unfollowing me on Twitter, but you still got to wake up and watch me on TV every day because I ain't going nowhere anytime soon. That's number one. Number two, I think LeBron James got sensitive over the last couple weeks because I've been calling him out or have to speak on certain things that he may disagree with, like the firing of Darvin Ham or the coaching search for the Lakers, or even having to touch on the Bronny James situation when it comes down to dealing with the draft. At the end of the day, everyone on this television, including USA, because you and I over the last 3 years, and Molly, you can contest to this, we have been going back and forth, and name me somebody, probably other than Shannon, that has been coming on here lobbying and defending for LeBron James like I have been on the basketball side of things.
Totally true.
And a few times that I disagree with you, you get in your feelings and you don't pick up the phone and hit me up or send me a text. And you know the disappointing part about it is that I get a call or text from Rich Paul. Bron, I've been knowing you since 1999, brother. We played AAU basketball together. We played against each other in AAU basketball. We played in the McDonald's All-American game.
Did his man
together.
really start off by saying, "You're mad. You can unfollow me, but you're mad because you got to wake up every morning and see me on first take."
When did we all get so sassy? When did it become so cool to be so sassy? You got to wake up. That's what my ex would say.
He basically said, "You can't unfuck me. You can't unsuck my dick."
Ugh.
But the problem with this is,
gross.
The problem with this is, you're Kendrick Perkins. You're right. You played against each other in AAU. Like y'all are relative. You're this KP. You're the same age, but you're on TV, and he's still playing and making super max contracts. Like, what the fuck does that even mean? I'm on TV. Like, we just had Stephen A. come on here and do it and tell Monica McNutt, which I found out she's not a lesbo, which is encouraging. I just knew she liked women. I'm encouraged now. I'm happy. Like, thank you for not going to the other side. But like, Perk, like, what is that? Like, Stephen A. just said that ain't nothing. Like, LeBron makes in like 8 basketball games what you make annually. Like, what does this even mean? And why is this a topic when there's the NBA Finals?
That's the part right there.
Like, you can speak your mind. Like, that's fine. What if I just don't want to hear your shit no more? Like, the other part of it is too, LeBron James is so big that I don't believe LeBron James personally manages his social media.
That part I'm not sure because
like,
he seems like that kind of person.
I think he has the ability to go talk at social media, but I really don't like. Let's for shits and giggles, research purposes. LeBron James.
Another crazy thought to me is like when I don't like someone or like what they're saying a lot on social media, I'll unfollow them. I don't see why that's a big deal.
LeBron James has 52.8 million followers. You know how many people he's following?
I couldn't even get
182.
Oh yeah, see?
Of that, it's the Lakers. The Lakers are one of them. Slam Magazine is another one. Uninterrupted. He follows Uninterrupted. Mind of the Game. Follows Dion. Health and Fitness. Shooting Stars. His son. Hoops Nostalgia. 2000 Pop Culture. Naomi Osaka. Josiah Johnson. It's funny. More Than a Vote. Space Jam. A New Legacy. Walmart. That's interesting. $1 Million Mile. Jessica Alba. That's a good one.
Damn fine.
Yeah, I'm not mad about that.
Always has, man.
That's solid, brother. But my point in all of this is he doesn't follow a lot of people.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have to follow you. And for you to notice, whether it was some website that does this kind of petty shit, like, that means you're hurt, man.
Yeah.
And I still don't understand why everybody's mad about Bronny James. Like, if an NBA exec wants to ruin their career by drafting Bronny James because they don't think he's good, because, like, I don't think what people understand what they're saying when they say, like, they did this with LeVar Ball, right? The only reason they're drafting his son is because he's so outspoken and loud.
That's a stupid take.
Like, so you didn't tell me, like, would you do that? Somebody comes to your job and just really loud, and like, now I have to do it because they're loud. Like, I have to ruin my career, risk my career because he's LeBron James. If that's what that person wants to do, then that's what that person wants to do. And Kendrick Perkins has every right to disagree with it. But, like, who the fuck cares about Kendrick Perkins' opinion outside of us? Which, like, KP, you're entertaining to me. Like, you're not entertaining to LeBron, who actually knows more about basketball, is still playing, is still relevant, and all this other shit. So, like, Polo Kid said they do a poor job of incorporating pop culture in sports. Stuart Scott was the best. That's why I could never work for ESPN. But that's why they need people like me. And Kendrick Perkins does not speak his mind. Kendrick Perkins speaks loud. Just because you speak loud doesn't mean, you know who speaks loud? Jason Whitlock. He's just on the other side of the coonery fence. And you just happen to like KP because he doesn't do what Jason Whitlock does. Stephen A. Smith doesn't necessarily speak his mind. He just speaks very loud and sometimes unintelligent. But he's still making a lot of money, though.
What I will say, though, ESPN has been following LeBron his whole career. They've been pushing him in a negative sense. They have, that's it.
Right.
But they've been giving him all the attention. That's why we have this right here. I mean, it's basically, if they found LeBron's dirty draws, they put a segment on about it.
Like, this lady and I think LeBron's cheating on Savannah. I'm not a fool. I've heard enough stories, but you know what? Let me rephrase that. It's like this old black woman. Who told you that's cheating? This black lady has really some solid points and things like that. If Savannah knows, it's not cheating.
Right.
She's complicit in it. And just because a lot of you lie and say that y'all wouldn't let that happen to you doesn't mean Savannah's stupid. It just means Savannah realizes that I control 100% of the finances and 50% doesn't do shit for me. And she's about to launch her career. That podcast is going to do numbers and stuff like that. She's got a makeup line, things of that nature. But if that was really true, right? Don't you think ESPN would be doing special after special, like 30 for 30s, like this? They would treat it like when Tiger Woods got. Like, what's funny is Tiger Woods was the victim of domestic violence, and yet we made him the bad guy. His wife literally hit him upside the head with a 9-iron and fucked up golf.
Black women didn't care.
Black women did because he was with a white woman. Now, I will say this, though. Have you seen his interactions with Tiger Woods' interaction with his son?
No.
Oh, his son is good. I pray his son keeps getting better.
Oh, I have seen them play golf.
Yes. I'm saying, but he talks like cash money shit.
Really?
Like, and
that's awesome.
It's different because Tiger just felt like, well, I can't cuss anymore. They said I was a bad guy because I was cussing. Man, fuck them people. We care about winning. Just win.
Who's Smitty about the bag cash up for backpack donation?
Click it. Man, shut up, Reggie.
Yeah. I was like, who's trying to confuse her?
Yeah, shut your ass up, fucking Reggie, man.
Do not say that.
Terrible. Reggie's a terrible fucking person.
I
love him though. I love him though. Reggie's a terrible person though. I don't want the reason why I don't want Boston to win is because of Reggie. I tell you that much. He wants Boston to win, and I don't want him to have that kind of. I don't want Reggie to have that kind of that joy in his life. I don't care. I don't have a basketball team. I just don't want other people happy. And that's my level of anger and petty in this season in my life.
I love it.
I think I'm gonna spend my 40s being I don't know if I could do my entire 40s, but at least a good part of my 40s, at least year 40. I just want to have joy in hating people, and hating people's success and joy.
A great way to do it is like right now when you're up as the Celtics, go find a great Miami radio station to listen to and listen to what they're going through right now.
Yeah,
that's my favorite thing. Oh, when I was Patriots, we had our run.
Like when the Dolphins would lose, I didn't care about the Dolphins losing.
Oh yeah,
I just cared because it made my boy Dibby mad, and I used to love it. I found joy in Dibby's pain. It made me happy. Like my day would be shit. Okay, how can I make Dibby's life bad? I see a haircut joke, I'll see something else, and I'll be like, boom, what up, Cornelius? All right, so going to the next thing. Don't play with your food. This is a good thing of what happens when you play with your food in sports context. One, race walking is the dumbest sport ever. Scroll down on it a little bit. But you can just see this lady, right? One, it looks like you're cha-cha sliding.
Yeah.
And you can't have, so when you're running at one point, both your feet are up in the air if you didn't realize. But you can't, both feet cannot leave the air. And she was over there celebrating. She was getting a little bit of extra with a little race walk. And then all of a sudden, this shit happened. I'm happy for her.
It's just like
she had put her flag on. She had put her flag on. She's celebrating, and then she's just like, "Oh no, you didn't." And there's no real way to like accelerate with your race walk. She's dejected. Now she's got to wait to the Olympics. She lost a lot of money right there.
Oh my god!
But look at that! Look at that! Bop, 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 bop.
I want to see Meg the Stallion race walk.
Ooh. That'd be a lot of yamage.
Yeah, that's
a lot of yams moving.
Just a bunch of thickums.
That would be great to see that. Like just a bunch of thickums just
yeah.
Like we got this.
In there.
Yeah, well, no. I mean, I know we got the viral video, and I love old Serena. This new Serena, y'all stay your ass over there. Can you undo the plastic surgery that they do to your face? Is there like a reverse place that you can go? Because like I don't know what the fuck going on. She legitimately looks like a Wayans, like she's in White Chicks.
Yeah.
And that's not sad, man.
I just put her in the sun for a little while. We'll reverse.
I don't know, man. Like, there's something going on, man. That face looks tattered.
Jesus.
Angelo said they look like they about to snitch. I hate this time of year. This time of year, again, you got 7-on-7 finishing. You got it's camp season. And just one, let's just differentiate. Rivals on 3, 247, the scout, the guys who write articles are not scouts. They are, I don't know what they are. They're not journalists either. There's somebody who likes to write about little boys in tight shorts, sweating and gyrating and doing shit. If you click on the video, it's Tom Luginball. I think that's who it was. Yeah. Let's just read what his credentials are. I'm not here to shit on Tom. So he's a recruiting / scout as well as college football analyst, sideline analyst at ESPN. Underclassmen report. He's been doing this for a while. He does watch a lot of football, but a college that he's not going to get your kid in college. College coaches are going to get your kid in college, not Tom Luginball. But I want to let you listen to what Tom has to say, and then we're going to break down what he has to say and why it's wrong.
Hey there, good morning. 60-second Scouts take on whether or not a prospect should attend a school's camp. Here we go. If you are a prospect that's being recruited and you are being asked to come to camp and that program is showing significant interest And your response when they ask you to attend camp is, why would I come to your camp? You haven't offered me. You just lowered yourself on the board and gave another prospect an opportunity and put a red flag next to your name. Coaches want to see you compete. They want to see you battle. They want to see how you interact with your peers. How do you respond to coaching, sometimes hard coaching? How do you treat people? They want to have that face-to-face personal interaction. It's part of the process. So what your answer should be when somebody's significantly interested in you and you're interested in them is, heck yes, coach. Show me when I got to be there, when and where. Hey there.
Okay. So much to unpack in this. And this is why I hate this time of year, because people are going to take this man's word. Now, some people are giving him the business in the comments, but people are going to take this and be like, you know what? You're right. So let's look at, he said significant interest. The college is showing a significant interest. So this words have meaning. So significant is an adjective. Sufficiently great or important to be worthy of attention. Noteworthy. So significant interest would mean you're giving me an offer. Like,
yeah, that's
like, you know what I'm saying. Like, what is that? What is your definition of significant interest mean? Like, because another part, I want to see how you handle coaching. This is called the spring evaluation period. Every college in America came to Mandarin High School's campus. They watch practice. They see how he interacts with his peers. They see these things. You want to know how they compete? It's this thing called fucking huddle and game film. Like, they watch you, you watch the fucking game film. Like, you seeing them, and like, you know, let's just really put it in perspective, Tom. I don't know where you're from. I know where I'm from, and I could probably afford. I'm not doing this. There's 4 to 5 weeks in the summer where you could go to a college prospect camp. So it's basically the month of June, because July is dead period. So for the month of June, you mean to tell me you want me, the adult in the situation, to take off of work and go to every fucking school that has significant interest in my son?
Right.
That's not even fiscally feasible. Like, that means, one, I got to take off work. That means I got to either, I have to sacrifice my vacation days for just this one child. 2, I have to get this kid to these places. It is $1,000 per trip minimum.
Jeez.
Like, just think about it. Like, you got to, let's say, all right, let's say Trey is let's just use Jamie French as an example. National prospect, right? Like, now he's taking his official business. But Jamie, his junior year, national prospect. Ohio State wants him to go there. How the fuck is he getting to Ohio State legally? I'm not saying Jamie did anything, not gonna get me on wax. What I'm saying is, you want Jamie's mom to pay for him to go to Columbus, Ohio, so that they can see him practice.
I thought if they had significant interest, they would pay for the flight. Is that not a thing?
Maybe.
That seems so crazy.
I don't know if it is a thing or not for Jamie French.
Oh, in this specific,
situation.
I don't know.
But for most people, it's not.
That's crazy to me. What do you mean
only
you want
go
me to come to Ohio?
Right. What do you mean you want me to come to Ohio State? What do you mean you want me to come to Georgia? What do you mean you want me to go to Miami? What do you mean you want me to go to all these different places in the fucking America? You got to the adult has to get a hotel. You got to feed these people. You got to fly from point A to point B.
Some of these kids in the hood, like, I grew up with certain athletes.
That's what I'm saying. Like how, Thomas?
Yeah.
Thomas, flesh this out. Who plays football? Like, are we trying to make this into a country club sport?
That's wild.
Like, bro, your statement is crazy. Like, you out here just like, yeah, you know, you go there when the coach tells you to go there, son. By golly jeepers. You do what you do what's told to you, boy.
I know.
Man, I wish a coach would. No, I'm gonna ask the same question, man. Before I drive my happy ass up here, like,
right.
is if my, again, don't give it to my son, but is my son good enough to get a scholarship if he does well? Because if he's not, then I'm not going there.
This guy is the most disingenuous because he knows the money that's involved. He knows all of these things, and he's hitting you with the pleasantries and stuff. Like, miss me with that. Money is involved, bruh.
unless you're gonna start taking some of that On3 money or that ESPN money and paying for these motherfucking trips.
Thank you, Adrian.
And on top of that, shout out to Adrian getting to gifting 5 memberships. Bro, these camps ain't free.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true.
The camps are $50 to $60 a pop.
Gosh, I can't. There's airplane, there's hotel, there's maybe you need to rent a car when you're there. There's food. Yeah, now that I'm putting it all in my head, this is just, it's like, do you expect these family to take 13 vacations a year? Or however many, scouts are scouting them? Not to less. It's a scout's job. Like, there's people's jobs on the line in order to make sure they're getting the best recruit. Like,
I mean, like, literally, like, like you don't even know if the offers are committable.
Right.
You don't even know if, like, how many wide receivers they got going there. I'm not saying don't go to the camps. What I am saying is don't let these people make you go broke for a dream that's probably not going to happen. For a dream that they can only write about. That's the wild part. Is a lot of the people suggesting this to you can't even tell you what the process is like.
I'm trying to figure out, besides writing the article, what does someone like him gain out of this? Is he in
Notoriety? The coaches, there's like, that's right, Tom. You tell him, Thomas.
A good old attaboy.
Yep.
See, that's what I mean. It's disingenuous and slimy because you're
like this mom right here. As a mom of a kid who is getting this on an extreme level right now, the caveat to this is having to miss practice to attend camp, significant expense to get there, literally no feasible way to attend all the camps. So I pray these coaches understand this perspective as well.
Right.
Stephen Miller, tell him, Lugs. Like, that's really just the bullshit that people got to deal with when it comes to this, man. Like, it's, and then like a lot of people, what he said, Coach Blackman. A lot of these guys are coaches at other schools. Like, the funny part is like, this is like the disingenuous tweet, like where they say, like, if I go to your Twitter, I see curse words. I hear that hippity hop music playing. I will not recruit that kid. A bullshit. A bullshit. Jamie French got all the fucking good rappers. You know what that means with the good rappers? That mean N-word, this bitch, that, hoe, that. And you know what you're gonna do if Jamie French say he want to go to your motherfucking school? You gonna take that shit. You're gonna treat that shit like it's red letters in the Bible. Like, again, this stuff is disingenuous. This is why I hate this time of year. Going on to the next one. Why I hate this time of year is Shannon Terry. I'll read you guys a little bit of Shannon Terry's biography. He is the founder / CEO of On3. He's the founder of 247 Sports, Rivals, and Pop Culture Media. Partner of 5 Goats Media. Shannon Terry is a guy who basically created an NIL evaluation. Like, basically going and putting up how much every kid is worth. Oh. Took great pride in, we have an algorithm that shows us that this particular kid is worth $300,000. And this is what he should be making. And blah, 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 blah. How did you get to it? Well, we don't know how we got to that particular algorithm, but we did what we needed to do. That's what this motherfucker will say, right? He says that, and then he says this needs, like, click on actually his thing. He says this needs to leave college sports. And what he's saying is he's quote tweeting John Tweet Sports. Lamborghinis lined up outside the Texas Athletic Facility where recruits enter for the official visit this weekend. Just 3 years ago, college football players were getting suspended for autograph sessions. We have come a long way. So you see University of Texas, Lambos lined up this. But the guy who gets paid forcing a narrative about kids' value is saying that Lamborghinis need to leave. Like, this isn't right.
Whose Lambos are these?
There's a big time booster who's a Lamborghini.
So they're using this to attract the students.
Yeah, but like a lot of them are like the better players will get some Lamborghinis.
Woo! I mean, you're literally drawing them in with it.
Yeah,
then
I mean, yeah.
You're mad that they get it.
Well, no, this is the guy who writes articles about guys being valuable enough to get Lamborghinis, saying that another school should not do this.
I wish they're
Now,
hating on the opportunity.
Is this a safe space?
Of course.
I want to take note of all the people, the anti-capitalist people, who are always having something to say about this. Do you notice that they all look the same? They have a similar hue to them. Like, did I ever tell you about the way the term honky was originated? Because I was going to use that. Tell Shannon the honky, or Steve Shannon Terry the honky, leave us the fuck alone. Let them boys get their bread. But honky was the term because so back in the 20s and the 30s, best whores were in the black community. But the white men didn't want to get out of their cars when they went to the black community because those women, our sisters, did everything because they were trying to get that extra bread. Yeah. So what they would do is when they would go to the neighborhood, they hit the horn. And so the term was when they come in, that there go that honky to pick up the prostitutes. And it was always a white man that was doing the honking on the horn because they wouldn't want to get up, get out, go into the dangerous neighborhoods. They just go, and then pull that. But again,
darker than I thought.
Yeah, a little dark. Prostitution is just something that prostitution, weed, cocaine, probably just all need to be legalized at this point. Yeah. Not the other shit, not fentanyl. But this honky is mad that these boys gonna be honking their horns in the Lambos, and the whores are gonna be coming to them because they don't even know. Like these kids, like Jamie said, he wanted a Lambo. Jamie can't even can barely drive an automatic. So like, what the fuck is he gonna do with a Lambo?
Ooh, man, that is a dope reason to play football, even if it's just at the college.
I was talking to the kids about it like today. They were just like, they said, Coach such and such got more. You ain't got no hoes, Coach. I said, you're right. I don't. I'm whoreless now. But when I was your age, son, I made fucking plays. I was a national recruit. And whores could read. They read the newspaper clippings. So like you're not in the newspaper. I was like, you're not even on the internet, son. Like, what the fuck could you tell me about anything? But I love talking to my kids. Wow. The colleges, AJ, my guy who's a Miami fan, he put colleges will do all of this and get mad kids want more NIL money, which is valid. Which is valid. Like the problem with the kids is they want more money. They're not doing it for the love of the game. So let's put Lambos in front of them.
You're right. If that's not the big, I mean, honestly, as a kid, if I was a young high schooler, I don't even know how you could compete.
This is why I keep telling people it's two ways to look at this. Transfer portal guys have been through all of this bullshit. The high school kids haven't, so they like all of this glitz and glamour. When you already hit the portal, some of it's worn on you already.
Really? A Lambo?
Yeah, you would go get it. I mean, let's be for real. Where are you going to park this on a college campus and not be a target?
I would assume you had some sort of protection because you're.
Now you can try to maybe park at the football only facilities that they have now, but like you can't just drive around. Like you go to the club. Like you're this. Name me a college campus that's in a nice neighborhood.
College towns are pretty well. Penn State is not.
Well, that Happy Valley is weird. Like
it's like its own thing.
Actually, they should stop calling it Happy Valley after all of the shit that happened.
Right.
Like it sounds like molestation.
Like
runs rampant.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah, like Happy Valley. But here's this next video I want y'all to listen to. This is why I tell people a lot of coaches ain't shit. And this coach in particular, Tommy Tuberville, ain't shit. But this story is bananas if you listen to it. And it's also why you have to be careful how you treat people. While Miles is pulling this up, there's a story of a guy named, I'm going to tell you that story of Chucky Screw-Up. Chucky Screw-Up was a student assistant that he became a GA at Florida State. Chucky Screw-Up was responsible was to make sure that our jock straps and everything was clean. Really good. And we used to have the screw-in cleats, and he needed to make sure the screw-in cleats was good. Chucky Screw-Up fucked up after Greg Jones tore his knee. He didn't screw in all of his cleats, and he cost the cleat. And I remember Billy Sexton cuts Chucky Screw-Up out so bad. excuse me, I never got on Chucky Screw Up because I like Chucky Screw Up. He was cool, from Boston, got a weird accent, blah, blah, blah. Had no quarrels with Chucky Screw Up. Some years later, see, Chucky Screw Up, 2005 was my last season. So we're in 2014. So some 19 years later, you know what where Chucky Screw Up works? He works back at Florida State, and he's the director of high school recruiting.
Hey.
So like if I were to be a dick to Chucky Screw Up, it wasn't my son to go to Florida State. Now you see why you don't fuck with people?
What's his real name?
Chuck Cantor.
Okay, you're still calling him Chucky Screw
I
Up,
was saying that was his nickname.
He made amends and
that was his nickname. Chuck is like dope. Chuck is dope as fuck, man. Like Chuck be working, man. Like Chuck is in a really good position, but that's what Billy used to call him, Chucky Screw Up.
Yeah, that thing.
Like I'm not finna do him like on Goodfellas, like he said. You know, we used to call you the shoe shine boy. Who shine my shoes? You know, you've been gone for a long time, so you know maybe you're unaware, but I don't shine shoes no more. I don't have my shoebox no more. Like, but anyways, let's listen to this story of Tommy Tuberville and what he did to this young man, and how it came back to bite him a little bit.
There's a video with it.
Oh shit! Yeah, is that Coach Reed? No, you might be on the wrong one. Is it Coach's A shit?
Oh, okay, got you.
All right.
And he had the
So let's play it. One, I'm not a fan of Tommy Tuberville at all.
Did you say he's the reason why? No.
So Tommy Tuberville was the coach at Ole Miss, and he had the old infamous "take me out here in a pine box" quote or whatever. And then you look up, the man's in the head coach at Auburn like 2 days or a day, or whatever it was. We had a really bad year at Auburn. I was a player at Auburn. I was a shitty ass player at Auburn. It's terrible. I come in the day after signing day. The trainer goes, "Hey, Coach Tuberville wants to see you." I said, "Wants to see me?" And he goes, "Yeah." So I was like, "Okay." And so I walk in there, and I sit down. He says, "Tyler, I signed 6 wide receivers yesterday." He goes, "If you have any more aspirations of running out of that tunnel, it'll be on the visiting sideline. Would you like your release?"
Damn.
That's cold as shit, ain't it?
Yes, I would.
So push pause real quick.
And handed it to me. Already had it printed and everything.
So in today's game, they'll be like, he should have just fought through it and persevered. Why into the transfer portal, you quitter? Really? This is what they talk. This is how some coaches talk to people. This isn't new. Like this still goes on. He told him the only way you're gonna be running out of that tunnel at Auburn is on the visiting side.
Has no one ever like swung on?
Oh, there's been plenty of swinging.
That's what I'm like, how they used to feel so safe.
Yeah, man, there's plenty of that shit going on. Good, let's finish the story though. Just to see how much of a dick he is.
I decided to transfer, whatever, and I go on some visiting, going to Troy. Auburn was on quarters at the time. Troy had just changed to semesters. Okay, so I had to stay through the spring quarter at Auburn to be eligible to play at Troy. Well, my roommate was a starter. We're driving and we go inside. We come in, we turn on. We're starting to go back to the house. They were like, "Latest news out of Auburn today, in case you haven't heard, returning starter has been released from his scholarship at Auburn University."
No way.
And he's sitting in the truck next to me. And I'm like, we're looking at each other like, what the hell? I just picked him up from practice. He says, "Can I borrow your truck and go back to the facility?" Because nobody said anything to me. So he gets in my truck. He drives up. Well, Tuberville was still there. He just said he walked straight in his office. He says, "I just heard this on the radio. Is this true?" He's like, "Yeah, we let you go this morning." He's like, "I just went to practice. Nobody wanted to tell me anything." Like, he just practiced. Well, I was very sour with Senator Tommy Tuberville for a long time. And you know this thing, Neil? This is the point of the story. There's this bitch called Karma.
Yes.
Okay? She is a nasty bitch.
She is. She's mean.
About 9 years later, that short, shitty-ass wide receiver that played football at Auburn University, he was a high school football coach in the state of Alabama.
Oh, that's a good point.
He was. I had 5 national recruits on my team. This is at St. Paul's Episcopal in Mobile. Shit you not. Guess who walks through the door, obviously? Tommy Tuberville. And after the kids leave, he's sitting there and he's just kind of looking at me. You know, like, I know this guy. He's kind of looking at me. And then kind of just everybody left. It was just me and him in my office. He looks at me. He goes, "Man, you look really familiar."
No way.
And I said, Coach, the last thing you said to me is you said, I signed 6 receivers yesterday. If I have any more aspirations of running to that tunnel, it'll be on the visiting sideline. Would you like your release? I said it right back to him. And he looked at me and he was like, when you look like I fucked up.
Yeah.
He was like, oh man. And he starts like, well, you're an Auburn guy. You're going to help me with these boys, right? I said, Coach, I don't tell kids where to go. I'm not going to tell them where to go. I said, but I will tell you this. If they ask me about you, I'm going to tell them the truth.
Wow.
Tommy Tuberville never laid foot back at St. Paul's the entire time.
Is that right?
Not one time. And every one of those kids went to Alabama. AJ, Mark Barron. I didn't send them there. Say all that to say this. Senator Tommy Tuberville, it fits. He picked the right profession. he picked the right profession.
That's wild. That's wild.
You gotta love it, man. Fuck them cats. Again, coaches. Sometimes coaches ain't shit, man.
For real.
We were talking about ESPN a little bit. ESPN guys got to learn how to shut the fuck up. It's getting too much. They're talking too much. Stephen A. Smith he's the GOAT. But right now, you ever like see somebody that just fuck up and then like just can't let it go? And he's like really just making it worse.
Yeah.
But like, let's click on the first thing and let's just listen to what Art of Dialogue one. Stephen A. Like again, this has nothing to do with basketball and everything to do about Bad Boys, which I'm going to see. And we all remember the slap. Was the slap 2 years ago or 3 years ago?
I don't know. That's a while.
It just feels like it's like so long ago. But Stephen A. Smith says he still finds it hard to go to the movies to watch a Will Smith movie, and explains why Will Smith still needs to sit down and talk to the Black community about why he sacked Chris Rock. Why is Stephen A. Smith speaking for me? I've never in my life said, you know what? I don't know how to articulate how I feel. Stephen A., please speak up for me. I don't really need this is our problem as America. I don't need my entertainers to do anything for me but entertain me.
Right.
So like I've heard nothing but good things about Bad Boys 4. I just think they picked a terrible, like they wasted the last Bad Boys. Like they call it the last one was Bad Boys for Life. Like Bad Boys 4 would have been a good Bad Boys for Life. But that's just my only critique, but I'll go check it out eventually. But let's listen to what Stephen A. Maybe I'm wrong. I haven't heard it, but I just think Stephen should shut the fuck up. But let's listen together as a family.
When we use the word forgivable or forgiveness, that's for Chris Rock to deal with. This is his call. He could have had the man arrested that night and insisted to the LAPD that not be the case.
Damn, he
could have pressed charges thereafter and insisted on not doing that to Will Smith, not making the incident any bigger than what it was. Yes, he came out with his own flick for next fix, got about $20 million for it. After tax, he probably walked home with about $6 million.
What kind of fucking taxes?
But Chris Rock is damaged.
I don't know what goes on with
in the day and age of mental illness or traumatic incidences that affects one mind and psyche and what have you. Yeah, you might see him at Knicks games. Yeah, you might see him still going about the business of performing on tour or doing his job or handling his business. Chris Rock will never get over that. Ever. Will Smith apologized.
Greatest actors on TV.
I'm not saying he even has to apologize.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
I'm saying that while I watch him and Martin Lawrence promoting this movie, and I'm quite sure the reason he hasn't addressed it is because the studios don't want him to, and there's an obligation that you have with them. All fair. I get it. But somewhere along the way, he has to sit down and talk to the Black community. You can see all the white people around Will Smith all you want to. Black folks have loved and revered this man for decades.
Still do. Like
he was the closest thing to perfection, as his friend Charlie Mack once told me.
He didn't drop him.
For decades. Everybody makes a mistake. This is not hatred. I love Will Smith still. But you got to have a conversation.
Why?
As to why you did that.
We know
when you're
why.
Apologizing, and when you're getting emotional, and when you're thinking about all the lives or the people that you've affected, it's primarily us as Black people who have loved and supported you.
Yeah, it didn't affect my life.
And watched you go on a national, international stage and slap one of us in the face.
I was trying to avoid her, but she seems evil.
It's the bitch.
And tarnished an historic event for one of the great Black producers of modern times in Will Packer. Possibly costing yourself and Antoine Fuqua an Oscar for emancipation along the way.
Yeah, fuck about that. Sorry, Will. I mean, you are a good guy.
I'm not going to say what you did to the comedic community. Hell, Jim Carrey spoke about that along with various others. We know you wouldn't have smacked Ricky Gervais.
That's true.
Bill Maher.
Smacked a lot of, he wouldn't have smacked T.K. Kirkland.
Bill Burr, or a host of others. We know you wouldn't have done that. No apology necessary.
Then why are you talking?
I'm just saying. A lot of folks ain't get over that.
No.
A lot of folks find it hard to just go to them.
No, Stephen. It's just you, bro. Everything is about Stephen A. Smith, man. That's I get on the basketball side. Stephen A. Smith, you are, when it comes to debate TV, you right now are the Black GOAT. When it comes to the knowledge of the NBA, I'm going to concede that you are pretty fucking good with the ESPN stuff. I don't know why they have you doing boxing, and I don't know why you talk about football, but that's neither here nor there. You're doing a great job, and since I've recognized who you are since about when I was in college around the early 2000s up until now, you have done such a great job. The problem is I really think you think this world is here to see you. In every aspect.
100%.
And nothing shows that better than if you pull up the next clip. And I'm glad they used the popular 90s, I believe it was 90s or late 80s sitcom Amen, with a guy who had a hairline similar to him. But we'll probably get jammed on this one, but this shit is hilarious though. But like when you just watching the way he walks in, it's like he's expecting to put up 45 with 10 assists, 45 points with 10 assists.
Yes.
Like nobody's here to watch the finals. We're here to watch Stephen A. Smith. So like let's just watch this. Watch this confidence and this swag. Oh, they didn't put the full thing. All right, so for people who don't know what it is, Mouse, can you go Google Amen so that people can get a good idea? Sherman Hemsley was the main character on this show. And if they could show the intro. Because like even the hand placement when he did it, that almost felt like something that he would have done in the intro. But like let's just play the intro to Amen so that people can get a full feeling of this. It used to come on BET, Nickelodeon had Nick at Night. BET would show all the old sitcoms at nighttime when I wanted to stay on TV, and you could talk about God pretty heavily. Like this whole show was about a church. It was a comedy about a church.
Huh.
Like you couldn't do that today unless you sprinkled it. Well, then again, everybody talks about how they just be throwing the gay in there. Like we don't all talk about choir directors.
Kev on stage trying to do it with a show called Churchy. Pretty good.
Yo, I gotta send you the thing with the evil black guy. He's always evil, but Charlie Murphy comes in and he was just like, Pastor, I gotta talk to you about something. Like I just committed a sin that's pretty tough. And he was just like, go ahead, son, talk to me. He's like, well, I was sleeping with my best friend's wife and blah, blah, blah going in. And he's going in. He said, oh, boy, you scared the hell out of me. I thought you killed somebody. I was ready to call 911 on your ass. He said, you just slept with a woman? He said, man, all that shit happens all the time. He's like, you just got to pay for your sins. He's like, well, how much do I got to pay? Well, different various things. I pay, 150 here, 200. If I want to put it up the rear, pay 250. And he was like, well, who do you pay? I pay God. So in turn, I pay me. So like, he's like, so you're going to pay me. You're going to pay me for your sins. It's just everybody who talks about things can't happen. I question if they're really involved in the world, but we'll go to Stephen A. Smith could just pay to shut up. But here's where I'm going to end it with before I go over with Chris. FSU baseball is going to Omaha. I'm not going to pretend to give a fuck about FSU baseball, except for the fact that they're going to Omaha. And it gives me a chance to celebrate. I love FSU. Love celebrating FSU's excellence. What I don't like, just like softball. I mean, I know I'm aware of some of the softball people. I do like the seasoning that our baseball team has. And so if you could do me a favor, Miles, we're going to start at the end, like the first one. Yeah, I think, is that the video?
My type of it.
Yeah, play that, because this pilgrim right here. Now, one of the pilgrims that's on this team, I've talked bad about his father. I still fuck his dad with Magic's dick. But the jit is cool. I like Drew. Drew is okay with me. His dad, his dad, Adam, not so much. Drew, cool. Adam, fuck you. But go ahead and play this.
Florida State's up by 3. Gets a fastball, and boy, this Florida State team is ready to hit.
Talking about, look at the chest though. You see the chest though? You see the jewelry? Yeah. You can't tell me baseball wouldn't be more fun if we saw more shit like this.
For real.
Now, Florida State beat the fuck out of these people. I think the scores in the first game. Now, the second game they went into extra innings. Florida State ended up winning. They swept the Super Regional. They're going to Omaha. The first game was like 24-3 in baseball. Like, they beat the fuck out of them. It was hot as shit in Tallahassee on Friday. They Saturday they went into extra innings. I believe we won 10-9 or something like that. But the reason why I'm putting this up there, shout out to Florida State baseball. Shout out to Link, Jared, Florida High Boy. If you go to the next one, it's next level baseball. I want to put this. We've put this person on the screen before. This is an old curmudgeon. This is I want baseball to be played the way that it's meant to be played. The bullies are really good at rubbing it in lesser teams' faces. When did performing not become enough? When did head coaches abandon the idea of developing young men of character through athletics? Everything doesn't need to be a celebration. The bat flipping, the bat slamming, dances, and jumping around like fools is at an all-time high in college baseball. Playing with class is undefeated. Fuck you. Next level baseball, with all due respect. I really don't like you. Like, you always are tweeting like this, man. You are a fucking loser. You teach that new age commie bullshit to your players. You let everybody else have fun celebrating, because this is America. We celebrate shit like this. And then Travis Flory has to put in there. It's starting when opposing coaches and players stop doing anything about it or even saying anything about it. I'm not about throwing at kids at amateur levels, however. When we stop doing things like this is when it was escalated. Nah, what happens is you do that shit to a dude that just slammed the bat and you're going to get your ass whooped. Like, that's where the problem is. You want to – it's a very simple way to stop bat flips and slams. Strike their ass out.
Right.
If you don't like it, do something about it. Don't let them get don't let them hit. Instead, you're like, and I hate this. Only people, Mark, can't act like you've been there before. Man, people who ain't never been there before always telling people to act like they've been there before. Bitch, you know how hard it is to get there? If hitting home runs was that easy, everybody would do it.
And just because it was the old way things were done doesn't mean it's better. Like, you're talking about, we need to go back to hitting people with pitches because they celebrated.
Like, do you hear? Like, did you write it down before you said it?
Yeah. Speaking of 8 and under.
Let's talk about class. I know how we'll show somebody class who did something that did absolutely no pain except for hurt my little heart because I didn't do well enough. I'm going to actually physically put pain on them.
Right.
That's the way to show them class. Or there's another theory. You can shut the fuck up and, like, be a man.
Strike them out and rub it in.
Strike them out. That's what, if I was a pitcher, I threw it. There's a pitcher that used to write on the mound how many Ks he had. It would talk to people. Like, matter of fact, I think one of the baseball tournaments, somebody hit a home run or something happened. He wasn't mad at the guy who hit the home run. He ended up striking out the next guy who tried to bunt. He was like, really? Fucking bitch. You tried to bunt. Like, come on. Like, I like that kind of energy. Florida State won 24-4 that game in which the person was upset about the guy hitting the home run and celebrating. Then somebody named Kolak Jackson put, they frequently run up scores. They are entirely disrespectful always.
That's what's up.
I'm cool with it. All right, fuck it. They very easily could have pulled their starters long before the 7th inning. But given they're the same athletic department that under Jameis Winston put up 77 on Maryland football, they have no concept of tastefulness in class. Man, we like this is the problem with the kids. It ain't the kids. It's the fucking adults.
Yeah, and this person here in the comments said they didn't steal or
they didn't do anything but just hit.
Anyway.
But now, if you go up, let's go to FSU. Mr. Tibbs. James Tibbs is cold. We were winning. I mean, we might have won. Yeah, we won 10-8. My bad. My man had 3 home runs. He should have slammed the damn ball. Damn bat. Should have done a backflip, handspring, all that shit. If you go up a couple, you'll see him.
Which one?
I love the way
Get
that
the name right. Is that what you?
Yeah. If you look at the tweet I quoted, you'll see the hit. His last name is Tibbs. His name is James Tibbs. I like the way they got there. Like one guy was like, they got the jerseys all open like they're in the 70s.
That's dope.
I like the jerseys being open. Like I like the seasonness. I like my play.
Set.
I mean, it's just completely unnatural to not celebrate. Look how happy the crowd gets.
Right.
So why wouldn't the person who hit that ball get this excited?
Act like you've been there before. Like just which one of them just hit it? Everybody else just gets the cheer. Nobody else put the work in.
It's 1,000,000 degrees out
What
there.
did they do besides drink beer and say chants?
Yeah.
Why does the crowd get the chant? Why don't I get to have a little bit of that fun?
Right.
Only a sport in which you're like stationary for a majority of the time do you think that that's good. You know what happens when you score touchdowns in football and the guy does a little jig, a little dance? You don't get to go out there and just stone him. You got to go play the game before he does it again to you.
Right.
Like I don't understand the unwritten rules. Who raised y'all? Like I love this. Like I'd watch more baseball if more bases were stolen and more. Like I want to see the Savannah Bananas. Their whole shtick is celebrating baseball. They're like the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball. But nah, y'all over here crying about it. Man, you shouldn't have done that. Man, shut up, bitch. Now I do like this coach that they lost to UConn. Now UConn looks like they came out of the 1920s baseball with their uniforms.
Yeah.
But this is what their coach had to say about Florida State. And now this is class and losing. And he understood the assignment. And I like him.
Grown man.
He's a grown man coaching grown men.
Florida State and the environment here is the best that I've ever competed in college baseball. The fans should be, I heard how great the fans were before coming here and the animals and, Oh Canada and all the incredible traditions that they have here. It lived up to its billing. We've played in hostile environments. I wouldn't call this, I would call it tough to play in, but the people are baseball fans. They're true fans. They appreciate effort. They appreciate good play. I think they appreciated the way that we competed today, especially. And, I know people were making Airbnb reservations after watching us play. They were making them in Omaha midday yesterday, and maybe they thought for a half a second or two that they might have to cancel those. But I'm really, kudos to them for showing up yesterday in that heat and cheering on their team. And then again today, it was an electric atmosphere, and I'm just proud of the way that we competed in a really tough environment. So that said, congratulations to Florida State. We hope that they go on and win it all.
Nice. That's class. Now, I will say this. Sometimes maybe with Twitter, people get a little out of pocket. Wayne is a middle-aged white man. He covers Florida State sports. He's a good guy. But Wayne, sometimes don't let your excitement get the best of you. So Wayne tweeted out something that was so ridiculous that nobody believes him. He's like, I don't think y'all understand how much I love this program. I love FSU football. And this is on the same level, if not more. If I had to choose between a football title and a baseball title, I think I take baseball, at least until we get one. You shut your fucking nasty mouth. You shut your filthy mouth.
They've never gotten a baseball.
We've never gotten a baseball. We've been
What
to
about the
Omaha.
women?
The women have gotten a softball title. We've gone to Omaha numerous times and we've never won the big one. But I don't really give a damn. I don't give a fuck what happens, though. Football is.
Y'all do have way nicer uniforms than that UConn team. Y'all uniforms are pretty spicy. I'm really just looking at all these.
Our uniform. We got a gold one that I want to get myself for Father's Day. It's like, I want the button. I wish we had like a zip up one. Like there's this Phillies one that I saw that you could zip up a little bit, and I saw this guy, he had his chains on. That's what I want to do.
I could get one of these.
They clean.
You're on a list of top 25 college baseball games, number 14.
Okay, I can dig it. I like the color code. Well, appreciate everybody for being here. We're going to have sporadics here at 8:15. Me and Chris will go talk about some FSU stuff. I have no idea what we got, but that's his channel. He leads the show. If we can, well, we got everybody up here. Let's go back to the beginning of it, guys. We got the book bag drive here coming up. $36 a bag. The goal is to get 4,000 bags. We need to continue to push that. Check it out. Go to should be James Coleman Gives Back. Should be up relatively soon. The website should be back up, or you can go to mftkfoundation.com. See what we do right here. Shut the whole hood down. It's a feel-good thing that we've done every year, and we'll keep doing it until we can't do it anymore. So outside of that, appreciate you guys for chopping up with me. We will see you guys